Work 40 years, put money into a 401k, and you'll one day we're going to retire. What a crock of shit, dude. No. Let me tell you how you really retire. All right. Now I did the read. So at one point in my life, I was going to I wanted to work for Fidelity, and I was going to end up becoming a retirement. I was going to help people with retirements and stuff. I was going to be a financial advisor in terms of the in the equity space. I've always wanted to do that, right? And when you really look at the data, realistically, right, it's all about cash flow. Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Now, the one problem with crypto is crypto's so young that you can't really count on. You can count, like, it's this whole shit where, like, for 2.5 years you can count on crypto cash flow, and then for 1.5 years you'll go broke and you'll lose everything with crypto cash flow. That's the real deal about that. Okay. Now, once the low's in, you're in, and then you're yield farming, you're yielding on stuff, and then the prices keep going up. You're just like, your income's only going up, and you're just like, I didn't have to cut me off. Make more money. It's fucking crazy because it's like, wow, my yield farm generates me $100 a week, and then like over the next 2 years, the price goes up 10x, 20x, and then the yield goes up a little bit or something like that. You go from like your original investment, like double 20xing in price, and then your daily or your weekly income goes to $2,000 a week, and then you're just like, I'm fucking balling, yeah, motherfuckers. You go from like a couple $100 to like, now I'm earning $8,000 a month on that position, and that's only one position, and you're just like, the money never ends. Like, I wish I could play some of the other dumb stuff I have in terms of the sound bits and shit, but like, it's pretty cool, man. It's just like, you're just making a fortune, and then then when the crypto crash happens, the yield, because less people are yield farming, less people are buying, transactions are down. Fees go down, you start earning less and less money on it, and then you're like, and then it starts going down. And then what ends up happening is that during the 2.5 years where your income, where the prices are going up, your yield starts going down. You end up getting accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And you're because people are like not selling their positions off, or they're just yield farming. Like, I'm just gonna, I heard there's all these yield farming guys and stuff like, I'm building a stable portfolio of this and this and this and this. Like, let me tell you the stable portfolio. And this is, and like, I've talked to me and Charlie have talked personally. Me and Charlie have talked to Robert Kiyosaki. We talked to George Gammon, Myron Gaines. We've talked to quite a lot of these guys right here. Susnick and stuff from like from Infotainment. Not Infotainment. I'm so sorry. From Valuetainment, Money and stuff like that. We've talked to all these guys, and at the end of the day, like just to go back to the beginning of the story, the people who ended up that could retire were either people who had pensions, or were like the crazy like 5-10% of people in the 401ks who just threw everything at it, and they were still living like a pretty shitty retirement. The people who were living a decent retirement were typically people who had a 401k and also had an investment, had like 2 houses. They had their main property paid off, and they had an extra property. So basically, they were able to generate $1,500, $2,000, $4,000 a month from a rental property that was paid off, and then that brought up their income up, plus Social Security, plus they can do the 3% draw rule from their 401k, and that was enough cash, 3, 4, 5, 6 different places, to bring enough cash flow together to get them $6,000-$8,000 in order for them to actually maintain their lifestyle and actually retire. Right. So it's about building these cash flow entities. One of the biggest cash flow entities in the world, even though it's really old, it's old school and stuff like that. And, the fast money's crypto, it's real estate. Right. Once you get enough real estate together, if you invest like $1 million into properties and stuff, it's not easy. And you either fix them up, or you buy turnkey properties and stuff with a lower cap rate and everything like that. You can generate $8,000, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 a month out of $1 million. And of course, you're like $1 million. Miguel, I don't have $1 million. Of course, you build it up over time, right? This is like a lot of multiple smaller properties, but $1 million of invested capital into real estate will buy you $4 million of properties, and that can generate you $10,000, $13,000, $25,000 of income coming in. And obviously there's gonna be fluctuations, and you got to be careful with your debt and stuff. So it's a very like careful game, but then you pay them off, which is like, oh, like what? No, you flip them, right? Or whatever the fuck you do, right? But depending on your strategy. But that's really like you build that up, and then from there you build up a business income, and then from there, at some point, crypto's going to stabilize and become larger. Then you can have stocks and equities. It's about at that point you've got so many places. It doesn't matter if things crash really hard. You're just always pushing money back.